I warm up. Nicole Soul here at the 47th annual NAACP Image Awards, celebrating diversity in film, music, and literature. Tonight we talked about who's going to be president in 2020, diversity in Hollywood, and of course some of the star-studded nominees. So keep it locked right here at Black Tree TV at the 2016 NAACP Image Awards.
Naturi Jersey. Naturi Jersey.
Naturi Jersey right here.
Jersey.
Transition from hosting to film and producing. Tell us about your projects coming up in 2016.
The Perfect Match is my upcoming movie. It hits theaters on March 11th. It's the best thing I've ever worked on. I'm so excited for people to see it. And yeah, March 11th.
Awesome. Congratulations on everything. I'm really proud of you. And also, who would you vote for president that's an entertainer in 2020?
Kanye West, of course. Okay. Kanye president. Why not, right?
Awesome. Have a good night, Terrence. We just want to step back and take a look at what you're wearing because it's amazing. Take it down, Mississippi. All right. Can you please tell us the inspiration behind your dress tonight at the NAACP Awards?
Well, I live in Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, and Mississippi is the only state in the union to have the stars and bars as a part of its state flag. It's a holdback of the Confederacy, and it's a symbol of genocide. It's a symbol of state-sponsored terrorism. It's our swastika. And little kids like my little niece and nephew have to go to school and walk under that Confederate flag to go to school. We shouldn't do that in America. It should be done. And we all pay for it, not just Mississippians, because that's a Mississippi state flag, we pay for it because it's on federal property, because it's a state flag. We're all complicit in its sustaining itself, and it's time for it to go. And so my idea is, let me make it cute, so people will pay attention. So that's the inspiration.
So I love that you're advocating from a fashion point of view. Do you have a petition online, or are you doing like a social media campaign for us to follow you and support you in other ways?
Yes, we started a campaign called X the X, meaning get rid of the X, which is the stars and bars, the Confederate flag. We're doing commercials. We're going to do more commercials, and so this is something that we're building, from the ground up. The thing is that we are having to battle a lot of fear in my home, but you know what? I've been told that you got to work one extra day than your enemy. And so that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing.
Speaking of work, you played Nat Turner's wife in Birth of No Nation. You play his mama. I'm sorry. Can you please tell us about that incredible film and your experience?
Nate Parker. Like, he will be here a year from now and walking down this carpet. And he wrote it, he directed it, he produced it. He did catering. I mean, he did everything. It's such a labor of love on his part, and just he wanted to tell this American story of this American hero, and I'm hoping that all of us will get behind it and embrace it because it's an American story. Yes. Thanks.
So were you guys very communal on the set since it was such a grassroots project?
Yeah, child, yes. Yes, we were at 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the Savannah woods, It was beautiful. I mean, I wish all of my shooting experiences could have been like that. We've all felt like we were doing something special, and I can't wait for people to see it.
How are you celebrating Black History Month this month?
Right now, talking to you with your thing and your thing, because I know you had to go through what you had to go through to get here. So that's how I'm celebrating.
Thank you so much. One last question. If you had to vote for an entertainer for president, who would it be?
An entertainer for president? Yes. Ooh, child, that's a question.
A lot of people are saying Will Smith and Samuel L. Jackson.
Now, that would be funny. We would all be yelled at if Sam won, so that would be entertaining. So, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Obviously, the topic of...
Hey. So, you've had an incredible year this year. What do you have cooking up for 2016?
2016, I want to do what I did last year, but on steroids. I'm working on my album right now. We're doing season 2, so I'm working right now. I'm just.
When Taraji won for the Golden Globes, it seemed like you all won a great victory. How did that feel?
That felt amazing. Like, I grew up, like I told Taraji from day one, I grew up watching her from Baby Boy, from Hustle and Flow. I just was a fan of her work. So when I met her, I was freaking out because I'm like, come on, it's Taraji P. Henson. So to witness that, it was touching because I knew how much she was well deserving, and it was about that time.
And you're working on an album right now. Can you tell us about the different sounds that you're incorporating in this project?
Yeah, I'm working on my album. My second album. My first album went gold, which was a TV album. My second album, it's a little pressure on that.
Do you have any features that we should know about?
I just want to get more into what my creative art is, and then maybe a couple features. But look towards it.
Congratulations on all your success this year. Have a good day. Nicole Soul here at the 2016 NAACP Awards with Courtney Kim, executive producer of Power. Courtney, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Doing well. Who are you excited to see tonight?
Oh, I'm really excited to see Kenya Barris and Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross from Blackish. Blackish is my show.
And how is it collaborating with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson on Power?
It's amazing. He is such a great creative partner, creative collaborator. He's just like he's really fun, and so much of the authenticity of the show comes from him.
Who would you pick for president in 2020 that's an entertainer, not a politician?
50.
Really? Why?
Because we would all laugh all the time. I mean, he's so funny and so smart and so good at running a business. I mean, I think that would be amazing.
Awesome. You're trailblazing the television production industry. What advice would you give aspiring producers?
Well, I could give advice to writers, and then I became a producer because I was a writer. And what I would say is believe in your story. Get your experience. Don't try to get it all at once. Don't try to be an overnight success. That's not how it happened with me. I worked it for 10 years before this happened. And stay at it. Don't give up because someone tells you no. People are always going to tell us no. That's going to be their first word. So stay in it.
And how are you celebrating Black History Month this month?
By existing.
I know that's right.
I mean, I'm black all day long and twice on Sunday, so that is what it is.
Are you a Sunday cooker? Random question.
Oh, I used to cook before I had my own television show. Now I cook on New Year's Day to make my black-eyed peas, and I cook on Thanksgiving, and that's just about it.
Well, congratulations to you, Courtney, and all of your success. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nicole Soul here at the 2016 NAACP Awards. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
So we're on to a new year in 2016. What can we expect from you as a performer?
As a performer?
Yes.
I'm going to put it down.
You better turn up.
What? Turn up, put it down on everything I do. I am going to mashed potato on everything. You hear what I'm saying? Yes. No, I'm putting it down. I just got back doing a film. Just got back from Jordan doing another biopic called Sandcastle about these 5 soldiers during the Iraq War who try to help this town and things go awry. So I've done that, and I got some other stuff in the works right now. I'm blessed in the city.
Awesome. I have another silly question, but who would you pick for president in 2020 that's a celebrity? Not Kanye, not Trump, not Hillary, someone else. It could be you too.
The president. Yes. I would love to be all powerful, but Will Smith. Ooh, or Sam Jackson. Will Smith or Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson, boy, that would be awesome. Yes, they deserved it. No, but yeah, Will Smith. Will Smith. Yeah.
What was the best?
Will Smith.
What was your favorite moment about working on Straight Outta Compton?
The camaraderie between my brothers. I mean, being able to play and F. Gary letting us play. He's like he directs like he's in an orchestra. And like he's a maestro, and it was great. He let us play and just do it, using all those colors that we have, in our repertoire. He let us paint.
How do you feel being a part of this legacy from the rappers of NWA?
I'm extremely humbled. I mean, this is way above my pay grade, way above my head. I'm just happy to be. I was just happy to be a part of it and bring what I could to it, and happy to continue doing that.
So, who are you guys most excited about seeing this evening?
I want Concussion to win.
Yeah,
I love Will Smith. I can't lie.
I know. I want him to win, but I want everybody to win.
Awesome. How are you guys celebrating How are you guys celebrating Black History Month this month?
Just be black and proud. I'm not causing a stink. I think that what's very important is to be positive about who you are and where you come from. Let's lay off the negative.
Stop
It doesn't
feeding
do
it.
anything for us.
It doesn't. Sometimes we just look like we're complaining when we're still blessed with the awards that are the NAACP awards. There's somewhere for us to come and be home and be acknowledged. That's what we pay attention to. That, and I'm going to buy books and teach my children why they should be proud to be black. That's how.
Last question. You guys are on a show called Definitely Divorced, right?
A movie. It's a movie on TV One called Definitely Divorced and comes out February 20th. And it's a comedy. It's a love story in itself.
Tell us about your character.
Very, very funny. Well, my character is,
She gets married.
her dream come true. Lucky for me, it's in a movie. But honestly, it's fun. My character's very fun. Shay is a hopeless romantic, and she doesn't really realize how she's married a basket case. And there's a lot of different stories within the movie about getting married and relationships, which is one of the most interesting conversations between men and women, no matter how you flip it. And it's funny. It's really, really funny. We have a great cast. Columbus Short, Golden Brooks, Robin Givens. We all had a great time filming it, and that's because Russ Parr wrote a great film.
Awesome. So it seems like you guys had a lot of unity on the show, on the film. What do you think about Stacey Dash's comments about BET and Black History Month? Like, do you agree or do you think it's ridiculous?
I'll take this one. As far as Stacey Dash's opinion, we are all entitled to those. I just wish that people like Stacey would be more mindful of how you are just being offensive. It's one thing to be real, it's one thing to be mean. Don't take away from what's important to other people to validate how you feel. That is ignorance at its finest, and it's not necessary. Love what you love and go about your business. If somebody else feels a certain way, don't knock them, you're not them.
Beautifully said. Last question. Who would you vote for president in 2020 that's an entertainer?
Kanye. What? Who is going to cause more of a stink?
I think you knew that answer.
Kanye's for the
already.
people. I mean, that's all I'm saying. He's for the people.
kids, too.
That's all I'm saying.
So, well, congratulations, ladies. Have a good night. You guys you're the producer of Next 15, correct? How is it producing reality TV when there's a ton of reality TV content out now? How did you make the Next 15 different?
Well, the biggest difference with the Next 15 opposed to other reality shows out there is that we're showing how the producers work with the reality stars. Because the producer gets so much flack in the press, like, oh, is reality real? Is it fake? Did you tell them to do that? So all of those questions will be answered on the Next 15. So unlike the other shows I do, like Atlanta Housewives and Hollywood Divas, the Next 15 really shows how a reality show is made. So that's the best part about it.
You guys are ushering in the next wave of African-American male amazingness in Hollywood. What legacy do you want to leave?
What was that?
What legacy do you want to leave?
Well, I think for me, it's a matter of really making sure that my brand, when it comes to really telling the stories of African American, is accurate, that is genuine, and that is meaningful, that is not all ratchet like most shows are. So I really want to leave that kind of stamp on a few of my shows. When you think of Atlanta Housewives, which is what I do, you see a show that's the #1 show on TV. So I want to be able to really, have more groundbreaking shows like that on the air.
So how do you combat the negative stereotypes that shows like Atlanta Housewives receives from the press and other people?
Well, I think the numbers prove for themselves. Do you know what I mean? You can talk badly about something, but at the end of the day, you're still watching. Do you know what I mean? So in order for you to say anything negative about anything, you have to watch it or listen to it. So at the end of the day, the show keeps people talking and it keeps people watching, and the numbers are increasing year to year.
Awesome. Last question. If you had to vote for anyone that's an entertainer as president in 2020, who would you vote for?
President's what?
If you had to vote for an entertainer as president in 2020, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Beyonce because listen, I think she transforms herself every chance she gets. and I think she could transform that White House into a big old disco ball.
What are your thoughts on Stacey Dash's comments about BET and Black History Month?
Well, you know, it's unfortunate. I like Stacey Dash. I grew up watching Clueless and the other things she's done. So it's unfortunate that she feels the need to disrespect her own community, but a lot of people need to do things to get followers on Twitter. So, you know, it's 2016, girl.
And how are you celebrating Black History Month this month?
I'm celebrating Black History Month by celebrating people tonight.
I love that. It was great talking to you.
Likewise, darling.
Have a good night. You gotta work with that gold on. Jennifer, how do you combat the negative responses to reality television?
You know, my thing is that people are always going to have something negative to say, regardless of what you do. I always feel that I represent myself well, so I can't speak for everyone else, and I don't live with any regrets, and I don't do anything that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But, you know, people do some crazy shit on reality TV. So I'm like, I'm not going to be the spokesperson for that. I feel like I conduct myself in a ladylike manner. And so that's all. I can only speak for myself.
So what was the biggest risk that you've taken for your career, and how do you think it paid off?
Say that again?
What was the biggest risk that you made in your career, and how did it pay off?
You know what? I would probably say the biggest risk is being on reality TV. And it was at a time when I was dealing with something very personal to me, like a bad relationship, and I ended up getting divorced, and that whole thing was documented on reality TV, and that's my real life. It's not something that was scripted. So I'm not going to say that it paid off, but I will say that I'm in a better place and I'm happy. So I am thankful for that.
Hi, Maddie. How are you? Doing well. Awesome. So you're at the NAACP Awards tonight, but I know that you like playing video games. Can you please tell secrets? Can you please tell us a little bit about that? What's your favorite game and why?
Wow. Well, my favorite game of all time is Madden, the whole franchise of Madden. I love sports-based games, but my most favorite game is called 187 Ride or Die. That's my game. I can't like anybody else's game unless I like mine first, but Madden is all time, you know, I love Madden. I love, you know, my Ubisoft family's game, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. So yeah, you know, I'm like a game geek, you know, like a film.
Who are you rooting for the Super Bowl that's coming up, since you're such a Madden fan?
Okay, my heart goes with Cam Newton. I think that I like what this young man embodies, even though, you know, people don't like the way that he may celebrate, but that's him, you know. I also appreciate what Peyton Manning has done for the NFL in his career, so I gotta go with Carolina.
Awesome.
That's a long answer, but I gotta go with Carolina.
And you also are skyrocketing your career in directing. Can you tell us a little bit about that also?
My first film I did many years ago, straight out of Brooklyn. Then I did The Inkwell, and then I moved to Europe to produce video games, and my passion there and travel the world. Now I'm back in town, and I'm ready to go back to being a director and tell more stories, not just on the film side, but the episodic television side. I mean, television is just, the medium is exploding. There's so many opportunities for diversity in television, as we all are talking about. So me personally, I'm excited about getting back behind the camera with friends and telling more exciting stories. And I'm excited about being here. I haven't been here. I've been in the video game world, so I haven't been in this world. So it's good to be amongst the community and to see old faces and meet new friends, because I'm getting back behind the camera soon.
Being in pain if nobody can see him.
Beauty knows no pain, but it does. So can you tell us about working with Gabrielle Union on being Mary Jane?
She is such a professional, and you know she's almost in every scene. And now, executive producer, one of them. I'm just so proud of her. I love to see our younger women now just rocking it. Black girls rock.
And what's the biggest risk that you've taken in your career that has paid off?
The biggest risk was really pushing to audition for The Color Purple because nobody wanted me. But I believed in myself, and I tell everyone, if you believe in yourself, that is that's so important. It's who you are. So I'm just grateful that God gave me the strength to just, hey, go for it, girl. Get it.
How did you tap into Suge Avery? Just curious, because I do love The Color Purple.
I really kind of related to her, you know, to her fears and failures in life.
Wonderful and rich, as opposed to something.
I just think she was a powerful soul, and I just made up a biography for her secrets and fears, and played them on screen through my eyes when I didn't have dialogue, so I hope it showed through.
What advice would you give aspiring writers and actors?
Be specific. Know exactly what goals you're trying to accomplish and accomplish them one at a time. Don't try to chase 5 things at once. There's too many people say, what do you want to do? I want to be an actor, writer, dancer, singer. It's like, okay, well, what do you want to do first? They usually say one thing. I say, okay, attack that. Go accomplish some goal in that area. And then once you do, then move on to the next thing. That'd be my advice.
Master of None has received amazing reviews in the press. What's your favorite part of working on the show with Aziz?
You know what? I think just getting a chance to collaborate, you know, with Aziz, with Alan Yang, with those great actors. I think they write great scripts, you know, but they get to ask us, what do you think of that? Is that true? Is that honest? Would you really say that? And that's always the most exciting thing, because I'm a writer first. So getting a chance to actually like pipe up and have a voice in that process is really awesome. You know, this is very rare. So that was just really cool. And also being in New York City.
Yeah, you guys shot on the G train near my house. But last question. Are you writing anything coming up in 2016, 2017?
I am. I'm going to start writing a feature, which I can't say anything about, but it's going to be fun. I'm waiting. Hopefully Showtime will let me have a TV show on their network. We're coming through. I'm waiting on a lot of stuff, but it'll be a good year.
And last question. If you had to vote for an entertainer to be president, who would you vote for?
Jada Pinkett.
Andre Fuller, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so what's been the biggest risk you've taken in your career, and how has it paid off?
Wow. The biggest risk in my career thus far was the first role that I was a series regular on, and I played a down-low gay rapper. And it's risky for that to be your first role, you know, off the assembly line, because you don't want to, you know, it's the fear of getting pigeonholed and stereotyped, and, you know, I'm not worried about the rumors part of it, but I didn't want to be pigeonholed as only being able to play that type of role. But it was a risk that had a huge reward. I was nominated for a Canadian Emmy Award for that role, and it's opened up a lot of other opportunities for me.
So you're a black man doing it in Hollywood. What advice would you give aspiring African-American male or female actors?
Take your leap of faith. You know, there's a lot of people out there who are way more talented than myself, a lot more talented than a lot of actors that you see on TV, but what commonality that we have is we all stepped out on faith. You know, whatever city or town you're from, if you think that you're the next big thing, then you have to at some point take the risk and relocate to pursue it. Don't just sit in small town Ohio sitting back saying, oh, I can do what he do. Okay, well, show us, you know, show up. So, you know, my biggest thing is I'm an advocate for taking risk, you know, and jumping, take that leap of faith.
Awesome. So we're at the top of the new year. What do you have planned for 2016 as far as your performance career?
Oh man, my 2016 has been ridiculously busy already. I'm currently starring in 3 TV shows. Room Your Love with Friends, which is on BT. Here We Go Again, which is on TV One, and Black Jesus, which is on Adult Swim. And I got 3 movies coming out this year as well. So I'm just trying to keep the ball moving, not resting on what I've done in 2015. I'm off to a good start 2016 already.
And if you had to vote for an entertainer for president in 2020, who would it be?
For any entertainer? Oh man, I'm gonna vote for Samuel L. Jackson so he can curse everybody ass out.
You're the second person that said that.
Damn it, I don't want to. We not amending nothing. You know, I just want to see him curse everybody out as president. We need a president at some point that's gonna curse people out and put them in their place, especially these unruly Republicans.
Well, congratulations to all of your success forthcoming, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Hey, Janae, how are you? Awesome. Can you please tell us about your show on Netflix?
Okay, so Project MC Squared is basically about empowering girls and promoting STEM and STEAM subjects so that they will consider taking it on as a career, since it's a male-dominated area of expertise. And really it's just about 4 smart girls that end up coming together and use their smarts and intelligence and different talents in the STEM field to save the world.
Awesome. So are they tackling like cancer? Like what diseases per se are they tackling in the film?
We weren't necessarily tackling a disease, we were actually saving a prince, which is opposite from how it usually is, how the dudes usually save the princesses. So we switched it up and we had to save a prince from some crazy stuff with the government, and yeah.
So how's the girl empowerment and unity on the show? Do you guys have a lot of fun?
Together it's really just, we could do anything. Together we can do anything, and just our friendship makes everything happen, and using our intelligence is everything, and just knowing we could do things and making it happen.
Well, congratulations and have a good night tonight.
Thank you so much.
So Omarosa, you are so controversial these days. What are your thoughts on Trump and why do you support him?
You know, we talk about diversity in entertainment. We also need diversity in politics. As African Americans, we can't just line up for the Democrats every single year. We have to make sure that our voices are heard and we're not being taken for granted. And that's the bottom line. We have to have diversity in politics. That means that there needs to be an African American in every political campaign. Whether it's Carson, Cruz, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, there has to be a strong African American fighting for our interests in every single camp. And that's who I am.
Do you have any intentions on running for anything anytime soon?
I ran for school board 2 years ago, LA school board, because our children are the most important, precious contributors to the society. And that's why I ran for school board.
And if you had to pick an entertainer to be president, who would you pick?
Donald J. Trump.
Oh, okay.